Early in the morning.
What's going on, the people? It's your boy Cam Topical Juice, and we are back with a very disturbing, sad and upsetting story for you today. As you can see from the title, we're going to be talking about this crazed lunatic who has committed a triple murder. All three of them women, all three related to a Formula One racing commentator. This is a very sad and shocking story, guys. This is further evidence and further examples of femicide. Now, if you don't know what femicide is, it's basically murders of women committed by men, essentially. Now, I know they name everything. I mean, ultimately it's murder at the end of the day. Man murdering man is a problem. Woman murdering woman is a problem. But femicide is a problem because it's very common. Since Sarah Everard passed away, right? Remember Sarah Everard? Since Sarah Everard died, there has been 350 cases of femicide already since then. What is happening here? Men, pathetic, insecure, men, low self-esteem, embarrassing. Their feelings are hurt, their pride's hurt, their ego's hurt for whatever reason. The woman's probably broke up with them, so they decide to murder them. It's pathetic, sad, and extremely alarming. No wonder women are frightened of men. Some men will be like, oh, it's not all men, don't generalize. Brother, it's enough. It's enough men to warrant women being absolutely petrified of men, because this is what they're potentially capable of. A man might ask a girl for her number and she's gonna be shit scared to say no. Hey, yo, darling, what's your snap? She's thinking, I don't want to give it to you. Also probably thinking, fam, if I don't give it to him, what's he gonna do? What's he capable of? Grape, murder, assault, whatever. It's nuts. Anyway, guys, this story's been out for a few days. I haven't had a chance to talk about it because I've been working my ass off back to back. But let me done the waffling thing. I've just come back from work, so I'm just gonna get this video straight out as soon as possible. Like the video for me, guys. It takes half a second and makes a massive difference on how the YouTube video performs in the algorithm. We want to push this out to the wider community, see if we can help and influence more people. If you like me, you like my content, please do consider pressing that subscribe button. It's free and you can always change your mind. Please press the bell to be notified. And of course, if you want to support your boy, help me grow, please do consider subscribing to my Patreon. It's cheaper than your daily coffee for a month, and I've got so much good content on there, proper deep dives. Anyway, enough of that, let's get into this. So as I mentioned at the start of this video, a crazed lunatic named Kyle Clifford has basically committed a triple murder in London, and he decided to go on the run. Now, he was only on the run for about 22 hours before man was apprehended in that. I'm very glad that the police wasted no time. They nipped that in the bud. They got him. He didn't even make it a full 24 before they apprehended him. So I'm glad that the police actually did their job successfully, swiftly, and efficiently. And the three victims that were found dead in a home after a neighbor heard screaming coming from the property were Carol Hunt, 61, the wife of the BBC commentator John Hunt, and two of their three daughters, Louise, who was 25 years old, and Hannah, who was 28. As you can see on the screen, it says 3 women found seriously injured just before 7 p.m. on Tuesday evening in an attack which police believed involved a crossbow. All 3 victims died at the scene in Ashling Close in Bushley, Hertfordshire. A full-scale manhunt has taken place today to find suspect Kyle Clifford, 26, who is from Enfield, North London, and used to work as a security guard. Armed police officers and specialist search teams responded at pace and were deployed to various locations in North London and the Bushy area of Hertfordshire. On Wednesday afternoon, so yesterday, armed officers and ambulance staff were seen at a cemetery close to where a house was searched in Enfield. The cemetery was closed off and an air ambulance was seen nearby. Hertfordshire police later said that Kyle Clifford had been apprehended with no shots fired by police. He is receiving medical treatment after being found with injuries. Now, guys, obviously I don't give a fuck if this guy dies, but that's not appropriate punishment for someone like him. Guys, I know we like to say it, and it was even me that was saying it as well, to be fair. Like, I was saying, yo, for some crimes, bring back the death penalty. But the reality is, yeah, 1, we can't prove 100% guilt all the time, so we may put to death an innocent person, but 2, it's freeing them. I remember my granddad passing away unexpectedly in his sleep, and I rushed over to his house when my nan when we got the call from my nan, and I saw his dead body there in it, and it was cold and it was stiff, and he looked like he was just sleeping, right? And I remember thinking to myself, he was free. The only pain being felt is the people from the living, you feel me? The pain is being transferred from my granddad to us. He's free. He looked like he was sleeping. And I remember thinking to myself, death, while it's part of life, it's kind of freeing, isn't it? It's kind of like, what's the word? It's kind of liberating in a way. That's why I feel like death is not a punishment for these people. He needs to be kept alive for as long as possible in the most horrific circumstances. I'm talking 1 meter by 1 meter, cage, box, concrete, 2 meals a day, and it's slop. You feel me? For 50 years straight. Make man lose his mind. You know them ones there? Death is freeing him. Death is liberating to them. You understand? It's not punishment enough. What do we know about the suspect? While details are still emerging, it's known that Kyle Clifford left the British Army after a short period of service in 2022. He is also the ex-boyfriend of one of the daughters. And police are treating the killings as a targeted incident, obviously. And just a brief timeline of events. Police officers were called at Ashland Close in Bushey just before 7 after a neighbour reported hearing screaming. The 3 women were then found with serious injuries and they died at the scene despite the efforts of the paramedics. For them to pass away so violently, so aggressively through a crossbow makes me feel sick. This reminds me of the story of the kid who got shot with a crossbow in Abbey Wood. Why are crossbows? Where are people getting crossbows from? Why is that becoming a standard part of people's arsenal? Now, bro, I can't even imagine what this BBC Formula 1 presenter is thinking right now. Man had to come home, basically, to find out that his entire family had been wiped out by a flipping deranged, insecure, pathetic dweeb. A man who couldn't live with the fact that his girlfriend broke up with him. Look at your screens right now. This was the last post Louise Hunt ever posted on social media. It says, "I admire women who leave. I don't give a fuck if you left after the first time or the 12th time. I admire that shit. I don't give a F if people was calling you dumb for 11 years, but in the 12th year you decided you was done. It takes a lot of strength to break a tie. It takes a lot of self-love to choose yourself." That was her final post. Bruh. It's almost like she predicted this. Or not like she predicted it, but like she empowered herself to leave a shoddy, toxic relationship. And her prize for that was being murdered by a pathetic ex-boyfriend. This femicide stuff has got to stop. Men can't handle people leaving you, or men can't handle a woman knowing her worth or realizing her potential. Men just can't hack it. Men just can't hack it. They're too insecure, beta, pathetic. Honestly, man, crazy. And that BBC presenter, I don't know where he goes from here. Not only is your wife no longer with you, your 2 daughters gone. For what? Bro, if I'm being real, he needs to be put on suicide watch, bro. Because if I was him, I'm being real, if I was him, what am I living for, bro? What am I actually living for? One-way ticket to Switzerland, bro. For me, that's what I'm saying, for me. Because my wife, my 2 daughters, bro, I can't even fathom, I can't even begin to imagine what he's feeling right now. The pain, the trauma, the heartache. For what? Currently, this dickhead Clifford, I think he must have tried to unalive himself because he ain't been responsive too tough in the hospital at the moment. As in, like, his injuries are too severe that they haven't really got anything from him at the moment. We don't know what his motives are. But ultimately, we know it's just a pure insecure thing. Rest in peace to every one of those family members. And my thoughts and prayers go out to the husband, the father. Let me know your thoughts, man. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay vigilant. Peace.